never understand, why do you always have an issue with me not sounding ghetto like you? Like, seriously. Anna, you're always upset just because I don't sound like a ghetto hood rat like you. And it's like, I can't. You do understand that it would benefit me to actually talk more like I was from the hood, considering I have a divested channel that is supposed to basically be for black women. And the main audience that I was trying to appeal to specifically called me a white woman the first time I actually did a video, well, a call-in with that video. And yeah, it almost didn't go well, but thankfully I had videos up and some people actually saw that I was actually a black woman. So they continued to actually subscribe to my channel and so forth, which is a major reason why I have more subscribers than you, more views than you, and I guess I'm just more supported than you. Most likely because, one, I don't dwell in self-hate. See, you dwell in self-hate. You literally look like a black man. Look, your counterpart would be a black man. I switched your face to the male side of what you would look like. It's a black man. There's no denying that. You think that looks like a mixed man? It's a black man. Everybody knows that's a black man. And it is just what it is. You know, that's your rightful partner, I guess, whatever. But the point is, I don't really dwell in that. I focus more on uplifting dark-skinned black women who are brown-skinned like you, light-skinned black women who, you know, are light-skinned, even biracial women. I don't hate anyone, you know. It's mostly, I feel like you hate, and maybe some would say you hate dark-skinned black women, but I think you honestly hate yourself more than you hate dark-skinned black women, and that's why you try your hardest to take it out on dark-skinned black women, because your biggest hate and your biggest anger is at yourself, you know. So, as far as I understand your vitriol with my channel, your vitriol with the fact that I'm less black looking than you, that I'm better looking than you, that I'm not black, I guess black acting with quotes, basically, like you. You know, I could tell by listening to your voice that you're gonna probably like certain different things. Like, for example, you can kind of hear in your voice that you're the type that likes rap music. You just can. You can tell that you grew up in a hood. You can tell that you were raised by black people who were ghetto. You can tell that most likely, without even seeing your dad or your mom, my mom would be scared of your mom. My mom would probably look at your mom as trash and your dad as trash. And you as trash too, by how you talk, you know. So that's just kind of like how it is. I don't really have any, like, you know, I don't have any hate for you. I really don't. But after responding to what you were saying, you're mad at me again because you heard me singing. And I guess it made you unhappy because I think, honestly, I also seem a bit more feminine than you. And even though I'm not feminine, the thing is, a lot of you people who are from the hood are harder. And so since you're so much harder, you come off masculine, you know. And so that's just kind of how it is, you know, kind of thing. I don't know. But I don't have anything against you. I'm still subscribed to your channel, so you being bitter about something, I don't know. But I mean, brown skinned girls like you are always hating on me because we're close in phenotype, I guess, in skin tone. Kinda. You're still darker than me, but, by a bit, you still could kind of be in my range. But you kind of have a thing where basically when you put on makeup, you put on a wig, and hopefully a looser wig, that's what you would try to do. And I don't think you should. I like your hair as it is. But when you do all that, you try to get a look that you naturally don't have without the wig and the makeup. But that's why you have an issue with people who look less black than you. It's because that's the look you try to achieve when you are trying to get black men's attention. And you live off of black men's attention for self-esteem. Even if you say you don't like black men, I kind of think you really do, because you actually will give them the time of day. You just say don't procreate with them. You say that you can use a black man. How far will you use a black man, though? I honestly think that eventually you'll be the type who is with a black man, just like your mother, and have dark-skinned black babies with that black man, and you will create the colorism crybaby that I talk about on this channel, because honestly, it's people like you that create colorism crybabies. You see, many of the time you guys create it because you feel the only way you can serve any sense of having a self-esteem, because you hate yourself so much, is by getting a dark-skinned black man who feels that much less about himself. Because when you feel like you're on the ground, you need somebody to pick you up, basically. And so that's why you kind of feel like that's your only avenue to get it. And this is why you like to hope there's some kind of privilege to not being dark-skinned, because you don't feel your skin tone is good enough. You don't think it's good enough to stand alone unless you can at least feel better than somebody in this world about being lighter than them. The main problem that you have is mainly because you basically do not value your own image. You don't even know how to do that. Half the time you are just trying to find a way to say you're some other race, to somehow find a way to embrace yourself. That's not going to embrace who you are as a person. It's not going to embrace how you look. It's not going to embrace anything. Embracing dark-skinned black people isn't going to embrace you either. So many dumb people figure out that they don't want to try to look like a fool who's trying to claim any other race but their own, to try and feel like they are somehow worthy of being happy with who they are. But then other people will basically try to embrace a whole image that has nothing to do with them, and embrace dark-skinned black women in efforts to claim that they embrace their own image. And that's not embracing your image either if you're not a dark-skinned black woman. Embracing yourself is embracing yourself as who you are. And the thing is with me is this is the main part of my channel. See, I do embrace dark-skinned black women, and I think that their phenotype needs to be celebrated. If you only celebrate, say, light-skinned black women, or you only celebrate brown-skinned black women, you leave out a lot of other black women, and it causes dissension. I believe that all black women should be celebrated, light, medium, or dark. And I think a major problem is that you don't have it from within, you don't look at yourself and love what you see, basically. And is a major problem with what you struggle with, basically. If you're one of those people who can only say, the only thing I like about my skin tone is it's not as dark as Viola Davis's, then that's not saying you like your complexion. Because basically you're saying Jennifer Lopez has a better complexion than you. You're saying that Vanessa Williams has a better complexion than you. You're saying Zendaya Coleman has a better complexion than you. You know, why are you putting yourself down in favor of other people, in favor of other images than your own that you can never have of your own? You know, that's the main issue you have, and that's the main reason you struggle. And this is the main reason why people make fun of you for not being as light as them, because they can use that against you. You know, you're not smart enough to not to not know that, to not really be able to get yourself out of a situation where you are putting yourself down, basically. You constantly put yourself down in comparison to other women, basically, you know, and all it ever does is bites you in the butt. You can say that you are putting yourself above dark-skinned women, but the lighter women who don't look like you, who look much whiter than you, much more Hispanic than you, much more Asian than you, feel better than you. And they can watch your videos to uplift themselves out of whatever depression they have, because they know one person out there feels like they are less than them. So no matter how bad it is for them, they still know one is less than. And that's because you put yourself in that position. You know, you don't have to put yourself in that position. You just choose to put yourself in that position because you don't really know how to uplift yourself. You know, you don't know how to love your image. Like I said, it doesn't come from within. For me, there's a saying that I had when I was a child about skin tone, and it's in reference to people lighter and darker. And that is a sense of pride and a sense of basically, you're right where you should be. You are the image that you should be. And this is the idea that every person should have, is that you are the image that you should be. You should be happy with the image that you have. End of story. When you start focusing on other people's image in the effort to put those people down, or in the effort to put them above you, you're obviously putting yourself in a position where you are exposing that you don't love yourself, and you are exposing that you feel less than. So that's what you struggle with, and this is why plenty of people feel sorry for you.